fundamental objectives that you should be thinking about at the outset. And maybe if we have time, we'll get into some of the other objectives. But these are the big three. You need to set an objective around a target audience, target time, the amount of time that you want to spend on your marketing, and the target money. And so if you do anything else, if you get anything else out of this conversation, those are the three things that you should have a beat on, that you should set an objective against and regularly measure against. Now, the target audience. I'll dig into this much more because it's probably the one that confuses lawyers the most. But let's pause on target time and target money for a second. So the balancing act, or the reality, the offsetting factors between time and money, we often talk about them as lawyers, but they're very real when it comes to marketing. And just the simple fact is, those things that cost money tend to take less time. So put up a billboard, well, somebody else does that for you. You have to pay quite a bit of money. It doesn't take that much time, but again, costs a lot of money. On the time side of things, there are things like social media or blogging. Well, those are free marketing channels, but they tend to take a lot of time. And so attorneys tend to break down into those that have the time to market themselves and those that have the money to market themselves. And you have to kind of figure out, well, right off the bat, which bucket do I fit in? Am I growing my practice, or do I already have this very robust practice and I just want to pour money into that, continue to pour money to build beachheads around my practice? What's turning this on its head a bit is social media. And the fact is, and I'll dig in depth into social media, but there's almost a requirement today that as the Yellow Pages moves to Google, really, that you take the time to, at a minimum, build out, buff out your reputation. And so even for those lawyers who say, well, for me, I have a big practice and it's just about word of mouth and throwing more money into traditional advertising, that may be, but you'll notice that strategy erodes more and more every year as there's a growing expectation for people to find your presence online, to find that you have a Facebook page. I would argue that to find that you have an Avvo profile, that you have ratings, etc. All of you want this in all the goods and services you buy, and lawyers are no different. Now, as we think